So, are you somebody who seems to randomly always get pulled over by the police? Typically, people will say to me, Attorney Hannah, I get pulled over by the police, and it doesn't matter the time of day, the day of the week. It doesn't matter if I follow all the traffic laws or if I obey traffic signs. It doesn't matter if I use my turn signals. I always get pulled over by the police. And my immediate response is almost always the same question: do you have tinted windows? And about 90% of the time, the answer is yes. And what I have to say is that for the most part, if you have tinted windows, expect to get pulled over by the police more often than a traditional vehicle without tinted windows would. I hate to have to say it, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Now, I'm not saying that it is right for your rights to be violated. I'm certainly not saying that the police have a right to just randomly stop you because you have tinted windows. But what I'm saying is that I see it happen so often, and I know that the reason is because there is a stereotype of the type of person that police officers believe have tinted windows. And you already know, they're either thinking that you're hiding some type of contraband, or they think that you are, for whatever reason, a drug dealer just because you have tinted windows. I think it's a silly assumption to make, but I do see people very often with tinted windows get pulled over by the police. So the situation is this: if you have tinted windows, you have to decide if it is a necessity or if it is something that you're really just doing for stylistic reasons. So for instance, there are people who need tinted windows. So if you're a high profile person, or maybe you're somebody who carries around a lot of valuable items and they're typically in your vehicle, then those people typically will want tinted windows because it is a safety concern. Now, there are other people who have tinted windows because it looks good. And it's kind of like a, mind your business type of thing. Nobody needs to know who's driving the vehicle. And while I get that, and I know that you don't want people all up in your business, you're really going to have to decide if having a car with style is worth the pain, the agony, and the frustration of continually getting stopped and pulled over by the police. And so they're naturally going to approach your vehicle with some level of caution and or concern. If there's a situation where they see some movement in, for instance, maybe one of the back windows, and they don't know who that is, they didn't even know that there was a person there, and they're now at a level where they're trying to defend themselves or protect themselves. You don't want to be in a situation where they accidentally reach for their handgun as opposed to their taser in an attempt to defend themselves or protect themselves from what they may perceive as a threat. If you're somebody who does have tinted windows, consider getting them removed if you can, because your life is so much more important and so much more worthy than an accidental discharge of a firearm or a police officer's weapon. So think about whether you need to have tinted windows versus if you just want to have tinted windows for style before you make your decision about whether to keep them in your car or remove them. So I hope that information is helpful to you. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment them down below, and I'm happy to answer your questions. And if you like this information, feel free to like and follow for more. Talk to you soon.